Hey, what's up guys? It's Jsmith Gaming here. Hope you guys are having a great day. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing some Town Hall 9 failed war attacks and how we can make them better. So what we're going to do is actually let the replay run and then break it down. But before we get into the first replay, please leave a like and subscribe for more content. We just hit 100 subscribers, which is incredible. I just want to say thank you to everyone who is subscribed and taking the time out of your day to actually watch my content. It really means a lot. So for now, let's go ahead and get into the first replay and let's break it down. Alright, so this is replay number 1, and this is Arthritis Mini using Goho to attack a Town Hall 9 base. And this is kind of a standard Town Hall 9 base, anti-2 basically. And while you guys watch this, I just want you guys to think that there's 100 different ways that you could hit a base from different angles, just different strategies, etc, etc. But I want you guys, while you watch this, just this first initial replay, and just think about what you would have done here and just some of the things that you feel like they could have done differently. Because I might not catch everything and maybe everyone has a different style, but I look forward to giving you some of my own personal insight on what I think could have changed this raid for the better and how we could have saved this from the beginning. So let's just go ahead as this wraps up. It's actually a time fail and the Barbarian King never goes down. So let's just go ahead and see what ends up playing out here. Alright, so he's using Go Boho, and in the key points you need to take care of when you're using Go Boho is the Archer Queen and the Clan Castle. Besides that, some added bonuses that you can always get that will increase your success rate immensely is by getting out an Expo or a Bomb Tower. So as you can see, he's going to put his golems down at the top here, and one of the things that I caught in that replay that he did wrong is he used way too many wizards on the funnel part of the raid. So as you can see, he put his golem down to tank, and what he needs to clear is right here and right here and right here. So he needs to have wizards down at these 4 points especially, so that way he can make the entry of right here. But what you'll notice is he uses way too many wizards on the beginning of his raid and funnels way too wide than he needs to. So as you can see, he put 2 wizards there, 1 wizard there, when in reality he just needed a wizard here, and then a wizard here and a wizard there. So he only really needed 4 wizards to have that funnel. And then what he could have done is put his queen down right here and just started to clean the trash buildings right outside here. So that's one of the first points that I noticed. And in his clan castle, he actually just dropped down a test wall breaker. That's great. So in his clan castle, he has a P.E.K.K.A. But one of the things that I noticed at Town Hall 9 is that Valkyries tend to just be a better clan castle troop in general, just because they're faster and they just tend to eliminate scout traps in enemy clan castles such as witches just much faster. And they've just turned out to be a better troop for me overall. And the next thing that I want to point out is he's about to start his hogging phase. And one of the things that I feel like he could have done is he actually should have added more hogs on the initial drop. And the reason I say that is because you want to have as much damage as possible just so they can clear each defense as fast as possible. Not to say that surgical hogging isn't good. I'm just saying I think he could have put just a little bit more on the beginning. And then he drops the rest of them shortly after. That's good. So those get dropped down. And the next major mistake is, as you can see, he put all his hogs down basically, is he needs to start putting his cleanup down right now. So he needs to have a wizard there, and just start putting the cleanup down as soon as possible. As soon as your hogs are down, you need to have your cleanup going. And right now, as you will see, he's about to drop his poison, but the thing is what is he poisoning? He's not poisoning anything at all, and that's going to come back to hurt him a lot. So what we're going to go ahead and do is speed this up a little bit, and we're going to just discuss what he could have done overall. So as you can see, because he did not save his poison for a time when that could be useful, the king's actually going to come out and take care of all the hogs and end up ruining the raid. Another thing that I would have changed is he carried a goblins with him. I always like to have archers over goblins, and the reason being is situations like this, as you can see, the goblins are trying to fight through the wall, but if you have archers, they can just shoot over the wall and clean up much more effectively. So this raid ultimately came down to not having this raid ultimately came down to wasting too many troops on the kill squad, as well as using spells at inefficient times that basically ended up costing him the raid. So hopefully you guys learned something from this one. Let's go ahead and get into the second raid. Alright, so in this replay we have another Goho, and there's quite a few mistakes. It's honestly kind of similar to the last one in the fact that there's really two main problems that I've seen with Town Hall 9, and it's really just the fact of cleanup and kill squad. I'd say kill squad is honestly kind of like, I'd say 85 to 90% of the raid. And it's just so important that you have a good kill squad, because the amount of value that you can get from your kill squad really determines how well your raid's actually going to perform. So you guys see what ends up happening here. It's going to end up being a time fail. So let's go ahead and break it down. Alright, so like I said in the previous video, guys, there's a lot of ways to hit a base, but this actually does seem like a pretty good Goho base, and I think his entry point is honestly perfect. There are some problems with his kill squad though, which is why I don't think it turned out as great as he wanted it to. So one thing I just want to highlight, he has a good spread of golems, and he also has a really nice wall breaker entry. He does the test, taking them one by one, and he's going to actually have the ability to break into both compartments, which is really good. That's great to see. But one of the things I see here is he brought 10 wizards, but he's not putting them down. And with the only level 15 queen, you need to have some extra support for your kill squad, because it's just 2 golems, your king and your queen. So you really need something else in there to help push your troops forward and get rid of everything. As you can see, kind of a poor poison spell placement, because it does not hit the queen as well, so you're doing some extra damage. But what he should have done is he needs to put some backup wizards in here, because all you really need for cleanup, guys, is like 3 to 4 wizards max. And if they have like corner huts or like a really spread base, obviously that may be a little different. But if he actually put more initial firepower down, I think he would have actually been able to clear out a lot more of this. Just because the golems were taking for so long, but he just had nothing to really support them. And so the next thing that I really want to talk about is really just his hogs. So as you will see, as he starts that hogging part of the raid, they split off, and I think what he should have done is maybe put a little bit more down here. And he actually has max hogs in the clan castle, and max hogs are incredibly strong. So in my opinion, I think he should have put these down off the bat and maybe saved his level 5 hogs for the back end, and you'll see what I mean. So as you can see, he's gonna deploy his hogs at the top there, but I feel like he should have used them at the top. He should have used them in the beginning. And the reason I say that is because if you have a failed kill squad like this, you need to move across the base as fast as possible. And with that, like, you have nothing going on down here. Like, your queen's dead, your king's dead, you have nothing to go on. So it's basically up to you and your wizards to clean up the rest of the base. So you need to make sure you move across the base with speed. So as you can see, hogs moving across, and as soon as these hogs go in right now, he should drop that poison spell right now. And I think he waits a little bit. Still, king's just going away. And look at this. This entire time, he just actually put down his cleanup. So he saved 7 wizards, and there's still a minute 15 left. But in reality, when you're doing hogs, you need to make sure, any raid really, you need to put your cleanup down as early as possible. So as soon as they started clearing on this path, he needs to have wizards down here, so that way they're just cleaning it up as fast as possible, and it's just clean. So the hogs are gonna end up going throughout the rest of the base, and you guys are gonna end up seeing that he does end up failing to time. But this could have been avoided if he either started the cleanup a little earlier, invested a little bit more in his kill squad, or there's just it's the little stuff that adds up that ends up the time fails. So if you start your cleanup early, you invest a decent amount in your kill squad, you're gonna have a good raid. His hog pathing was correct. It's just the little things, really close. Honestly, not too bad of a hit. So, and he actually got a 3-star on his other raid, so good job, Frank. Alright, so in this replay, we have Horus attacking another Town Hall 9 with La Lune, and I'm just going to go ahead and let this run and take a look at his army and spell composition, because I think this is actually pretty unique. And just go ahead and look at just the tower placement, where the air sweepers are posted, and just really just the overall base, and just take a look at how you would have approached this base with air, and think about what you would have done at this point. So he ended up failing due to the remaining defenses, and let's go ahead and break this replay down. Alright, so this raid has, it's a little bit more touchy because I think there's a lot of small things that went wrong here. And so first things first, I just want to say good job on the kill squad, pretty clean. Honestly, I agree with that decision entirely in regards to just pulling it out and taking care of it with your heroes. But I think the biggest problem here is the fact that his army composition is a little bit off balance. So he has a CC Hound, Max Hound, which is great, but 3 Hounds just isn't enough, especially when you're trying to take out an entire base and you haven't really gotten much value out of it. And what you're going to see here is it's not really the balloon's fault, it's the fact that they don't have enough tanking. And the fact that he used a skeleton here and not saved that instead for a haste is really what ends up biting him in the butt. So what I would have done here instead is I would have dropped the Max Hound here, let that take the run out of the forest, because that's going to pop and take out the queen with those extra level pops. And I would have kept that same level hound there, that's good. So this isn't the problem, but the fact that he wasted a spell there, and really the pups are going to do almost all the work, is the problem. And the next thing that you will see is, as you can see, he has 4 balloons, that's 4 right here, but those are really lagging behind, and those are going to take forever to get to the defenses. What he should have done is actually put 4 right there, and then he puts 2 more there. So as this goes on, as you can see, this is where you're gonna see that haste spell really where it would have came in handy. So as you can see, he doesn't have a spell here, and he doesn't have any tanks. So when you have a splash damage defense, and you also have this air defense, it's really going to do some damage to your balloons, because you've already been taking damage throughout the raid. So as you can see, what he really needed here was another haste spell, maybe even a free spell would have worked, to just slow that down and give bot the loons some time, so that way they could actually clear the base. So I would have taken out that skeleton spell, added in another lava hound, and I think that would have changed the raid completely. So next time, take out 5 of those minions, take out 4 of those balloons, just have 22 balloons, add that third lava hound in there, and I think this would have been a GG for sure, because the lava hounds already give you a lot of value by popping, and they're going to help you with your cleanup immensely. But in this case, I think it's you just didn't have enough tanking ability for your balloons to actually do what they needed to get done. So that's that for this replay. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave a like and subscribe if you guys actually enjoyed this content. I love making these types of videos because I know it really helps players out, and when they can get a different perspective on their raids. So if you guys enjoyed, again, please leave a like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. I'll see you guys in the next one.